All right, you guys, let's talk about it. So, you guys, I was on Judge Judy. Can you believe it? Yes, I was on Judge Judy. I don't know how long ago this was, but it was a few years ago. So, I want to talk very, very clear, real quick. Yes, I was dumb. Yes, I was in my Build a Man era. Yes, I'm still Polly. Yes, I was dumb. um, but my time on the show was actually really great. The producer was super sweet, super friendly to me. She was very understanding. I didn't feel judged by her. I had a really good time on Judge Judy. So I did not get a chance to meet Judge Judy. It was the first time meeting her in the courtroom. We were straight to the point, straight to the case. I was so nervous. I didn't even get the proper chance to like really explain myself. And she wasn't trying to hear none of that, y'all. She wasn't trying to hear none of that. She was like, "You were dummy. He a bum. She dumber. Get your money. Get out my face." And I was like, "Well, I got money. I'm gonna go about my business." So, you guys, I had taken my partners to court because I had lent him some money. He refused to give it back. And the only reason I lent him this money, okay, was because I had lent him some before. Don't do that. Don't do that. And he actually repaid it. So I was like, okay, that's fine. And more. He repaid it and gave me more. And I think that's how they hook you. That's how they get you. They get the little claws on you, you know? So I was like, oh, it's fine. He gonna pay me back. He kept his word before. And we wasn't even talking at the time. So when we wasn't even talking, he gave me my money back. So I was like, okay, hooked, right? Give him a little bit more. Dummy. Um, the whole situation was toxic. I should never have been there. I'm just gonna say I was lonely and alone. Right? I don't have any family. My kid's father was with his side chick. I call her Side Trisha. She lived around the corner from me, and knew about me the whole time. Another story for another day. Um, and so I was just, I don't have any family. I have two kids. It's by myself. I met these people. I fell for all the sweet words. We're gonna love you. We're gonna take care of you. We're gonna be here. I'm gonna help you. We're gonna do this together. I had kids before, and I had two kids. We're great. I'm like, no, my baby father's there. We were not together. He was just there, and he refused to leave. Um, I didn't want him. I didn't even want him, you guys. I used to get him dressed up on purpose just so he can go find somebody else, and he just never did. At least he did, but he ain't never tell me. But no, that's the story for another day. Anyway, so I was by myself, and then it was a lot happening. It was emotional time for me. I was going through a lot. I was getting backstabbed by my friends. I was working in a real toxic environment. I had a narcissistic boss. The people at my job was ganging up on me. My friends was ganging up on me. I was sleeping with my killers. Oops, excuse my language, knock on wood. I was sleeping with the enemy. It was a lot happening. Then I just had a baby. Still going through postpartum. She's only like 2, and the whole pregnancy was horrible. The whole everything, it was just everything was horrible, you guys. It was just all of it was horrible. So I was just going through so much. Um, and I was just ready for him to go. So, I met them. Love was great. Stayed out a few. It was just like I was ready for him to go. To be honest with you, I think if my baby father at the time would have just left, I would have never been in that situation. But it's not his fault. It's just me, because I could have put my feet down and be like that. But then I didn't want to kick him out, and he had nowhere to go, and I still wanted him to take care of his baby. So it was like a lot of weird stuff happening there. But it's not your job to have no man take care of the kids. You know, so it's not your job. They have to do that themselves. Um, but yeah, so I met them, spent a few weeks together, I told them what was happening. I got the faulty promises that they were going to help me and be there. I was not healed, y'all. I hadn't taken the time to go to therapy. Everything was on me. I was one of those, he was at home playing video games, and I was at work. I would come home, he's still playing video games. Kids didn't get fed, house is dirty. I had to work 72 hours, come home, cook, clean, take care of the kids. If my baby didn't get a bath if I didn't bathe him. It's real simple. And I put up with all that, so I'm not even mad. But I was just going through so much. You know, I'm trying to explain to you why I was dumb, but I was dumb. But it was just a lot happening at that time. So I was looking for love, real desperate, real desperate, real desperate. And I tell y'all, now that I've stopped being stigmatized, right? Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. I look back now and I said, that man had 2.5 dreads. And I say two because he had 2 dreads and then one was connected at the bottom. So 2.5. We're going to give him his half. And nothing else. That's why he wore that hat. When you watch the video, he got that hat on in court. Yeah. I don't know what I was thinking. But I was in love with that bitch though. I ain't going front. The camera didn't get her good side. The camera, it didn't do her justice. But in my eyes, I might have been pussy whipped too, so don't take my judgment for it, but I was in love with that bitch. So that it was just a lot. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking, you guys. I was all around just being like, I went from like having nobody at all, right? And I was like, I want to venture out. I'm gonna be more open, try to let people into my life. Girl, no, never again. I say your peace is precious, and you don't know until it's gone what you got. And when my peace was just, it was just like, and I did it. I opened that can and let everything inside. Accountability. I did that. I missed my peace. So now I'm just like, that taught me a lesson right there to love being by my damn self. That right there, the whole situation. When I say that whole situation, if I really get into detail about like the whole story and give y'all like everything, that whole situation is the day I woke up and said, you a dumb bitch. What Monique said, you a dummy bitch. You ain't never gonna be nothing. I woke up and I realized, oh, you a dumb bitch. Let me go get my life together for these kids. There's no way I'm out here being a pick-me, being so desperate that I allowed the enemy into my territory, into my safe zone with my children. They could have done anything. And that snapped in my head. Like once like everything came out and I just realized like it just kept coming. Like all the secrets, all the lies, everything just kept coming. And I just realized I was fucking sleeping with the enemy. Oh my, it was like, and I just got a lot of realizations. Like, I sucked at picking people. Like, that wasn't my thing. I sucked at picking people. So, like, all of that, like, accountability is really, everything just flooded in. Like, once everything was coming and I had all the text messages print out and I had all the emails print out, and then me and Side Trisha was going back and forth. You know, the little triangulation was going back and forth there, me and Side Trisha, because she apparently was with him the whole time I was with him, even before I don't even know. Until this day, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I got my baby, changed my address, and moved. This was supposed to be my first start. Unfortunately, my next start is going to be my first start. You know, because I learned a lot here too, so take it to the next one. So, like, once I printed out everything and I really sat down and I really looked at everything, and I was just like, you're a dummy. And so I decided to wake up and do better and love on me. And instead of trying to love everything else and everybody else, I just wanted to come into terms with who I was, what I've been through, how to heal that. Because I did not want to be the reason why my children was broken. I did not want any of the things that I've been through for my children to go through. And once everything came out to light, I realized how close I was to handing my children over to harm. Like, I really had to think about it. Like, when I realized how close I was to handing my children over to the devil, I said, never again, never again. So I woke up and I decided to do better. And ever since then, I said, thank God I stopped being a dumb bitch. But I hope you guys enjoy the video. We're going to talk about it. Tell me what you guys think. Yeah, tell me if you agree with me or disagree with me. But we can go. You guys can ask me any questions you want. I'm here to answer them. There's no shame in my game or in myself. We all make mistakes, and I learned from mine. And my mistakes have made me just a wonderful person, and I love it. Everything that I've ever been through has made me who I am since I was little. And now I'm just, just doing better. How about you guys? Like, subscribe, and share.